Okay, so the next topic is analog to analog transformation. Okay, wherein basically it is nothing but some frequency transformation is taking place. What is happening, we will see. Okay, now before that, I would just like to know, go through the uh, steps for designing a digital filter from the analog one. Okay, we have already seen this. Okay. This topic falls into which of the step I wanted to basically show here. That's why. Okay. So you see here, if you want to design a digital filter from an analog one, these are the steps that you would follow. Okay. So whatever is the specification of the filter that you want to uh, design, first the specification will be defined in the digital domain. Okay, and you decide on which filter basically you want to design, whether it is a low pass, high pass, band stop, and so on. Okay, all right. And what is the second step saying? Second step says that corresponding to whatever specification you had given for the design of a digital filter, an equivalent low pass filter will be designed to meet all those specifications. Okay, now this filter that you're designing will be the analog one. So the analog filter is then transformed. Okay, the analog filter is then the analog filter that you have. Okay, we basically start with the analog low pass filter. Okay, the low pass filter. So this low pass filter is then transformed using various transformation technique into the correct type of filter. Correct type of the filter in the sense like the one that you are intending to basically design. So after this transformation, what you would obtain also will be an analog filter. Clear? This third step, uh, your low pass filter, analog low pass filter will be your prototype. Okay, from that you will be converting it into the corresponding analog filter of the specifications that you require, in the sense like whether you wanted to design a high pass or a band stop or a band pass or another low pass filter. Okay, you want to design from this particular design analog low pass filter, which will be prototype, will be helpful in, will be transformed to design the one that you have given in step 1. Okay, and then the analog filter is transformed into the digital one. Okay, so this topic, that is analog to analog transformation, basically is nothing but your third step. To design an analog filter, especially low pass, also we have used two different analog filters we have seen, Butterworth and Chebyshev. Okay, now here also this is the analog filter. Okay, so from this analog filter, if it is a low pass, you have the option of converting this analog low pass filter, which would be the prototype. Okay, converted to whichever one you require, that is again to a low pass, high pass, band pass or band stop. So now for that purpose, for the third step, we would basically go for this frequency transformation, or we will have a analog to analog, that is from one analog filter to another analog filter. Okay, not necessary both has to be different, like in the sense like your base remains, that is the prototype will be always of a low pass filter. From that you can convert to high pass, low pass to low pass itself, low pass to band pass, low pass to band stop. Clear? Okay, so that is what we will be seeing. That is what is this particular topic is all about. And then to convert the analog filter to the digital one, we will have some other mapping techniques, okay, or transformation techniques. We will study that also in the later part of the chapter. We would basically study two transformation, that is from analog to digital. To convert two transformation we'll be studying. One will be bilinear and one more is there, that is impulse invariant transformation. Okay, we'll see that later. Okay, now here how are we basically converting it? Okay, basically low pass to, or what is the procedure to convert a low pass filter to another low pass, high pass, band pass or band stop. Okay, see, now if you assume the transfer function, okay, now if you assume the transfer function of a low pass analog filter, okay, with a pass band edge frequency, that is nothing but omega p equal to 1 radian per second, then this low pass filter will be your normalized prototype. You remember cutoff frequency omega c, one we were calling it as normalized cutoff frequency, correct? Okay, alright. So here, now to make your low pass filter prototype from which you can derive any other or transform any other filter, the passband edge frequency, that is omega p, will be 1 radian per second. So it's a prototype. Okay, now if the desired pass band edge frequency, that is the filter that you want to design from this particular prototype, if you assume the passband edge frequency to be represented as omega p, then the transfer function of that particular filter will be given by this, in the sense like you will be, whatever transfer function you would obtain from the prototype low pass filter, there S will be replaced by S by omega p. Am I clear? I am talking about low pass to low pass. You assume this low pass is a prototype, normalized a low pass prototype, wherein normalized is an omega p will be 1 radian per second. Okay, now this is converted, you want to convert it to another low pass filter. So you are deriving whatever transfer function that you would obtain from this using any technique, okay, transfer function. There in transfer function, whatever S will be there, you will be replacing that S by omega p in the new low pass filter that you want to design. Clear? Okay. Similarly, if you want to convert from low pass to high pass, what would you do? You would replace your S in the transfer function equation by omega p by S. Low pass to band pass, again this looks little complicated, but it is not. Okay, when it comes to band pass and band stop, we would consider two different frequencies, edge frequencies, that is the upper cutoff frequency and the lower cutoff frequency. Okay, so the band pass filter, so they say it is basically nothing but a combination of high pass and low pass. Okay, because it has to specifically allow the passage of certain range of frequencies, right? So it's a combination, can be the combination of both high pass as well as a low pass. Okay, so what is that low frequency, what is that upper edge of the frequency? Okay, that we have to consider when it comes to band pass as well as a band stop. So in the transfer function of the low pass filter of the prototype that you have designed, the transfer function of that, in that S will be replaced by S square by omega u omega L S of omega u minus omega. You would understand this better when we solve the problem. Okay, now from low pass to band stop transformation, a slight difference. Again, the transfer function of the low pass filter, in that the S will be replaced by S into omega u minus omega L S square by omega u. That is, it is a inverse of this. Okay, alright. Okay, now this is how the transformation would look like. Okay, see, now this is the prototype. You see, now the prototype remains same. That is, this is the base of it. Okay, this low pass filter that you have, this is the base of it, this is the prototype. Now from this you are converting that into the some other filter. So these are the transformed frequency response. Okay, transform. This is AP, AS, APS. This remains same thing. What is the transformation in the frequency? So here the low pass filter, this omega p is nothing but 1, here omega p. So this omega p is nothing but the desired frequency of the passband frequency of the filter that you are designing. Okay, so you have your omega p. So in low pass filter, your stop band comes after passband, but when it comes to the high pass filter, your stop band comes before your passband. Correct? No, for some particular amount of frequency, there is the initial frequency, it will not allow the frequency to pass through, and then it allows. Okay, when it comes to band pass and band stop is nothing but, see, this is nothing but the pass band. So the lower and the upper frequency of the, or cutoff frequency of the pass band, this and this is nothing but the stop bands. Correct? That is, it allows only a particular range of the frequency. So this we have represented omega 1 omega L, omega U, omega 2. Okay, this omega 1 and omega 2 is nothing but this lies in the stop band, and omega L and omega U is nothing but the pass band cutoff frequencies, edge frequencies. Okay, similarly when it comes to the band stop, it is just the reverse. So you have omega L and omega U, that is nothing but it is representing the lower and upper frequencies of your stop band, because it stops a particular band of frequencies, and this omega 1 and omega 2 basically lies at the what do you say, the pass band region. Okay, now you have one more column that decides this is not the backward. Okay, this is backward design equation. See, when it comes to the backward design, see, we have represented here this S as omega S, which you had here from omega S dash and omega S dash. Okay, so this is nothing but the stop band frequency of the transformed, okay, transformed filter. Okay, not the original filter from where you are deriving. Okay, now what is the use of this backward design equation? Okay, now suppose you have this omega dash S. Okay, and if this is the desired critical, understand, if this omega dash S, if this is a desired critical stop band edge frequency of the transformed filter, correct? If you assume this to be the stop band critical stop band edge frequency of the transform filter, now if you have this backward design equation, this will give you the value of the omega S, okay, that must be used in the design of the normalized low pass filter. Okay, so if you have these two, suppose you are doing reverse here, from normalized you are designing a transform frequency. Now suppose they have given the specification of this. Okay, you will have to do the backward engineering. Okay, that is nothing but from this you will be finding the normalized frequency and using any what do you say, filter design technique. You would be designing the filter and transforming the S in the transfer function to the corresponding filter that you want to design. Okay, so from this omega dashes and omega p, if you have this in the desired filter equation given, okay, then you can use this particular backward design technique to find the stop band edge frequency of the what do you say, the normalized low pass filter. Okay, and it should be such that after the transformation, that is after substituting the value by S equals to S by omega p, okay, to the normalized filter, it should result into this omega dash S. Okay, fine. Similarly for all. Okay, if properties of this are given, specification of these particular filters are given, transformed filters are given, then in order to do the find the omega S of the what do you say, omega p, we don't have to, because omega p by default of the normalized low pass filter will be 1. Okay, so we would record omega S, and if these specifications are given, using these equation we can find the omega S, then use the filter design technique, find the transfer function. In transfer function, wherever S is there, replace that S by the corresponding value that you require for your particular filter that you are designing. Clear? Okay, let's see a problem. Now if suppose it is given that h of s is 1 by, directly they have given the transfer function. Okay, so no designing here. And if it represents the transfer function of a low pass filter, not Butterworth, if it is not Butterworth, let it be any filter here, with a pass band of 1 radian per second. Okay, now this is a normalized low pass filter. Okay, this is the prototype here. Why I am saying this? Because see, the pass band has been given as 1 radian per second. Okay, use the frequency transformation to find the transfer specification of the following analog filter. Now from this particular thing you have to derive all this. Okay, you have to design a low pass, you have to design a high pass, again a high pass, again a band pass, again a band stop. Okay, so transfer function is h of s and it is given by 1 by s square plus that whatever is given. Okay, so first you have to design a low pass filter with pass band of 10 radian per second. So if you want to convert from a low pass to another low pass, okay, this is the desired filter now. Okay, and omega p is 10 radian per second. So you know that wherever s is there for low pass, you will be replacing that by s by omega p. That is nothing but your s by 10. Okay, so wherever you have s in the transfer function, you replace that by s by 10 and you solve for it. Similarly, when you want to convert from a low pass to high pass, next is the high pass design with a cutoff frequency of omega s. What will you do? You will replace your s by omega p by s. So this omega p is nothing but your 1. Okay, so you are left with 1 by s. So in that particular equation, if you put this, you would get this. Similarly, next is again a high pass filter which is of frequency 10 radian per second. So 10 by s you will be substituting in the transfer function wherever you have. Okay, similarly to band pass, see band pass, you are replacing your s in the transfer function by this particular value. Okay, so let's see what and all is given. Okay, so band pass filter with a pass band of 10 radian per second and a center frequency of 100 radian per second. Okay, center frequency is given. Okay, omega c is given and omega p is given. Okay, but we need, see what and all we need omega u, omega l. Okay, so what we would do is, this can also be written as s square plus omega naught square by s b naught. This omega naught square is nothing but your omega u into omega l. Okay, which is the center frequency, and center frequency is being given. And what is this b naught? B naught is omega u minus omega l, that is nothing but the width of your pass band. Okay, so you can very easily substitute. You have been given the center frequency, you have been given the pass band. Okay, so substitute the value here. Okay, again replace it by s in the transfer function, you will get. Similarly, the same thing applies for your band stop also. You would make use of your omega u minus omega l is width of the pass band, that is b naught, and this omega u minus omega l is nothing but omega naught square, that is nothing but your center frequency. So by replacing the value, you would obtain this. Clear? So practice it once. Fine. Let's see. But here we did not design a low pass filter. A filter was given, we did not find the transfer function. The problem can be asked wherein you have to find the transfer function and then you have to design out of that. Okay, so specification for any filter that you want to design will be given. So first you have to use the backward design equation to find the normalized frequency, find the transfer function, and then substitute the value of s for the corresponding filter that you want to design. Now here they are asking you to design, what you see here, they are asking you to design an analog band pass filter, and it should meet all this specification. What are the specification? Minus 3.0103 dB upper and lower cutoff frequency, 50 Hz and 20. So 50 and 20 kilohertz. Okay, for this particular frequency band, the attenuation is this. Okay, and this is the pass band pass. Okay, and the stop band, it is 20 dB at 20 Hz, that is something but your omega s. This is okay, omega s is here. Okay, you have 20 Hz and 45 kilohertz. Okay, this is band pass. So lower, upper, all those frequencies are exist. We will represent that diagrammatically. Okay, and it is a monotonic frequency response. Now you have to understand which particular what do you say, design technique of the filter has to be used, whether it has to be Chebyshev or it has to be Butterworth. So they have given a hint like it is a monotonic frequency response. Monotonic frequency response is nothing but your Butterworth filter. Okay, when it comes to Chebyshev, it is monotonic either in the pass band or in the stop band, not completely. But when it comes to the Butterworth, it is monotonic throughout. Okay, fine. Alright, so you understood you have to find the transfer function using the Butterworth filter. That is clear. First you have to find the normalized frequency. That is the first thing. Okay. So now we will, for the whatever things has been given, the specification has been given. We will use the backward equation to find the what do you say, the omega s. Okay, let's say now let's whatever is being given, let's try to represent it diagrammatically. Okay, so this is your band pass. Okay, so the lower and cutoff, this is nothing but your AP and AS. Okay, so AP is lower cutoff frequency is given as 50 hertz, this is 20 kilohertz, and stop band, this is at 20 and this is at 45 kilohertz. Fine. Now first you want to design the normalized low pass filter. So normalized low pass filter, by default you know that omega p will be 1, omega s we have to calculate. Okay, so how will we calculate omega s? We'll see that. So AP and AS is given, omega 1, omega 2, omega u, omega l is also given. It is not given in radians, so multiply that by 2 pi and convert all those values into radians. Okay, now it is a band pass. It is a band pass filter. Okay, so now you have to look into that table which I had, transformation table which I had shown. Therein you had values to be found as, okay, A and B. Okay, for band pass, for backward equation, backward design equation. Okay, so now omega 1 square plus omega l, omega u, omega 1, omega u, omega l. So substitute all the values, u, omega l and omega u, and what is your omega 1. Okay, this is your omega 1 and this is your omega 2. Okay, B you find it by substituting here omega 2. Okay, now your omega s will be considered from minimum of magnitude of your A and B. So this is the minimum, so we consider omega s is 2.25. Okay, this is again in the radian per second. Now it is easy. Now you have your AP, AS, you have your omega as s as well. Okay, now you have to use the Butterworth filter to design the filter and then get the transfer function. For band pass, whatever you have to replace s by, you replace that and you have your equation. Okay, so n is equal to log of same thing, Butterworth. Okay, so equation, so you find your n equal to 3, find out the poles. Okay, phi naught, phi 1, phi 2, find out the poles, try the transfer function. Okay, reduce it, you have the polynomials. Okay, now applying the low pass to band pass, if you want to convert the low pass to band pass transformation, what do we have to do? We have to replace s by this stuff, replace the value and get it. In this you can replace s by whatever you have got it. It will be little lengthy, little bigger one, but it's okay, you can solve it to the extent that you can. Clear?